This is my project on COVID-19, and I did a poster. To start off, what is a virus? A virus is an infectious agent that is neither a living or non-living thing. It cannot reproduce on its own, and it needs a host, and it uses its cells to replicate. It is a microorganism that infects all living things, including plants, animals, humans, and even other microorganisms. It is made up of proteins, and it can be either a DNA or RNA virus. Where did COVID-19 come from? COVID-19 is a zoonotic disease, which means it originated in animals and then transferred to humans. We believe it originated in a bat, but we do believe that there was another animal in between, and this is called an intermediate species. We believe this animal was a pangolin. We still don't know for sure, but this is probably the most probable cause. COVID-19 is also a coronavirus, and this is not new. We have seen this in the SARS epidemic, and SARS is also a coronavirus. What makes coronaviruses different from other viruses? Coronaviruses get their name because of their shape. They are spheres with spikes, which then makes them look like a crown. They are RNA viruses, which means that they replicate faster, which allows for more mutations because there are no checkpoints like in DNA viruses. And this causes it to replicate more because it can replicate faster, which as it replicates more, it can allow for more mutations because it's doing it so many times. Coronaviruses are also airborne, which means it can travel through air. And there are 4 different categories of coronaviruses: Delta, Beta, Alpha, and Gamma. What makes COVID-19 different from the flu? Many people believe that the flu and COVID-19 are very similar and are the same thing, but this is not true. For the most part, they actually are the same and they have a lot of similarities, but they do have differences. One main difference between COVID-19 and the flu is who they affect the most. COVID-19's high-risk individuals are older people, and high-risk individuals for the flu are also older people, but children as well. Some symptoms are different with COVID-19. It is very common to lose your taste and sense to smell and have difficulty breathing, and this does not happen with the flu. How does COVID-19 infect the cells in our body, and what does it do once it does? COVID-19 primarily affects us in our lungs the most. This is because it is an airborne virus, and we usually get it from inhaling or touching surfaces, and then bring it to our eyes, nose, or mouth, and it gets in from there. It infects our cells by using the spikes called antigens, and that in the middle picture are the little spikes coming off of the sphere. This antigen then attaches to our cells and gets locked in. And this antigen then injects our cells with RNA. This hijacks our cells, causing our cells to create more of the COVID-19 virus instead of doing what they are meant to do. And after the viruses are created, they escape our cell, and they most of the time cause it to explode. How does our immune system fight off viruses? When our body's immune system recognizes a virus, it realizes that it is a foreign object. They will then attack it, and our immune system starts fighting off the viruses, which causes symptoms such as coughing, fever, sneezing, and inflammation. A fever is caused by your body trying to heat up and almost boil the virus out of you. Our body develops an acquired immune system, which helps in the future if we get the virus again. What is an acquired immune system? Your body has B and T cells, which is also known as lymphocytes or acquired cells. They attack the pathogen that gets into our body, and we have innate cells and acquired cells. Innate cells quickly respond to the foreign cells, and we also have acquired cells. These take longer to develop than the innate cells because they evolve from learned experiences, but they also tend to live longer. This works with our immune system to respond because the Y-shaped proteins produced by the B cells are called antibodies, which help respond when our body is exposed to antigens. How does COVID-19 spread? COVID-19, like all other coronaviruses, is an airborne virus. So this means it can travel through the air, so it can be spread through coughing, sneezing, touching a surface, and then touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. Also close contact with someone, such as taking care of a sick person. And how do we stop the spread? We can all do our part in stopping the spread of COVID-19, such as wearing masks, washing hands, wiping down surfaces, social distancing, quarantining yourself, and staying home if you feel sick, and avoiding large gatherings. And in the graph, you can see that the green line is what happens when countries they did no masks or it took them at least 60 days to get the mask, and you can see the coronavirus rates went way up super fast. But the blue line is masked between 16 to 30 days, and the pink is masked by 15 days. And you can see if with the mask by 15 days, it lowered the cases and everything by way more. So masks really help by stopping the spread of COVID-19. And that's it.